These are John Guest fittings, and we're going to talk about that more in detail later, but the John Guest fittings are very simple. All you have to do is take the tube and press it into the John Guest fitting until it can't go anymore and it seats. You'll know you got it right because it won't pull out. If you ever need to remove this fitting, you take your fingernail and you'll see there's an outer collar here on the fitting. Take your fingernail, press in on that collar and pull firmly out, and the hose will release itself. So connecting it is as easy as pushing it in firmly, and it is totally sealed. So just so we're clear on the install, you're going to go under your sink, you're going to locate your cold water supply. You're going to shut it off. You're going to take a wrench like this, or an adjustable wrench, and you're going to take off that cold water hose, move it out of the way, and insert either this one for a 1/2 inch thread or this one for a 3/8 inch thread. Once you have those connected, you're going to get your machine set up, leaving the water supply under the sink off. You'll get your machine set up, and you'll notice there's only those 3 connections on the front. There's the acid water, the alkaline water, and the plug. On the back, here's where our main water supply goes in. And this is a threaded connection. So the easiest way to get this set up is we take the machine and gently set it on its side. We take some Teflon tape and wrap it around the threads. And I'm doing a quick job here so we don't stretch this video out too long, but wrap it around a whole bunch of times so you barely see the threads anymore and it's nice and thick. And then you'll take this section of 3/8 inch tubing that came with the ionizer and take that end, find the collar that came in the package, that same package I just opened. Slip the collar over the end of the tube. Take the tube and firmly push it in to the end of this. Wiggle it around so it's firmly pushed in and it's seated. Then take this collar and thread it on. If it's not going on easily, then you probably have it cross-threaded. It shouldn't be really hard to put on. If it doesn't start threading easily, back it off, put it back on again, and try and put it on completely straight. Turn it as hard as you can with your hand, and then when you can't get it turned anymore with your hand, take your pliers and give it about 4 or 5 more turns, full turns. When this thing is on completely, you should only see maybe 2 or 3 threads showing at this collar. So that's how you'll know you'll have it on firmly. 2 or 3 threads showing at the end, and it's ready to go. Now, it's very important that everybody recognize something here, and this is where people get confused on this install. This is a 3/8 inch hose. The standard that we use here in the United States is 1/4 inch hose. Now, if you have a triple filter system, which we're going to talk about in another segment, you'll be using 1/4 inch hose, and you'll have to get the 1/4 inch hose connected into the 3/8 inch hose, because the supply for this water will be coming out of the pre-filter system and into this to feed the ionizer. Normally, if you're not using a pre-filter system and you have this one in place for your 1/2 inch thread, you'll be able to take this collar off, slip it over the end of your tube, push the tube right onto the end of this, nice and hard, put your collar on and tighten it up as tight as you can get it, and that is your supply of your ionizer is done. This is if you're not using a pre-filter system. Once it's on, you turn this lever and the water supply is fully into your ionizer and ready to go. You're not going to turn on any water at all until everything is 100% connected. Because if you turned on the water and the ionizer faucet's not connected, you're going to find yourself flooding the undersection of your sink out, which you don't want to do. So if you are using a pre-filter system, or if your under sink happened to be 3/8 and you're using this 1/4 inch John Guest, then we need to come from this, which will have this tubing, and we'll need to get the other end of that tube connected to the ionizer. And the way we do that is we have included a John Guest reducer union that goes from 3/8 inch on one side to 1/4 inch on the other side. And it's as simple as this. Take the 3/8 inch side, push it down till it won't go on any further. Take the 1/4 inch side and push it in till it will not go any further. Now you have a good firm connection, and this is how we change from 3/8 inch tube to 1/4 inch tube. If by any reason this was not included in your kit, one of these pieces, there's two things you can do. You can call us and we'll send one out to you, or you can go to your local Home Depot in the plumbing section, and these are called Quick Connect or John Guest fittings. 3/8 to 1/4 inch union. I will warn you, if you're in Home Depot and you ask somebody for this, a lot of times they don't know that they have the product there, and it's best to just go into the plumbing section and look on the aisles to see a product like this. Ours is gray. The ones you'll find in Home Depot are white. It's the same exact thing. And again, to release it, we just push in on the collar and pull the hoses out. So again, for connecting our ionizer, the first thing that we did is get our water supply straight. And we're going to show you under the cabinet in just a second. But we get our water supply straight either using this or this. Some of your kits might also include this one. And this is basically the same as this. The only difference, and they're both 1/2 inch. The only difference is this one has a 1/4 inch John Guest quick connect at the end, so it just goes right in, rather than this having the 3/8 inch outlet. I think some of the kits were including all three of these pieces, and some of them where we have just converted over to having these two. So they're both going to be quick connect 1/4 inch outlets. And then we'll have this in there so you can convert up from your 1/4 inch to your 3/8 inch hose.